Hi guys, I've been wanting to make this video for a little while now in order to share my experience with the GoPro Hero 6 Black. My wife bought me a brand new Hero 6 back in December 2017 and I was thrilled. It was a top-of-the-line action camera back then and it's still near the top today, even though the Hero 7 series has since been recently released. I hadn't had much of a chance to expose it to a variety of weather conditions, particularly sunny weather conditions since we in the Vancouver, BC area get little sunshine from December to approximately April or May. As you can see, I started to notice some streaking issues with the light coming into the camera, particularly when the sun was low in the horizon on summer evenings, especially back in the smoky weather that we were having in Vancouver at the time. Even the light from my iPhone lens flashing into the lens of the GoPro was causing the light to distort down into that sort of Star Wars Jedi laser beam that was coming in that I showed previously. So I knew something was up with the camera and I thought I would try and fix it myself by trying a couple of different things here. So after doing some vigorous cleaning on the lens, including removing the lens, cleaning the inside, using different cleaners and solutions, and buying a pen cleaner as well, which I showed earlier in my GoPro kit, nothing seemed to help. The streak would not go away. It looks like it's oily residue right on the lens itself. On the GoPro Hero 6 you can actually remove the front lens and get at the lens underneath. You don't really want to touch that because that's not exposed and it's waterproof. So I tried it because I was desperate, but I'll leave that up to your judgment if you want to try it and remove yours to clean it. So after doing a little bit of research on the internet, I decided to try buying a lens filter kit from Newer, I'm not sure how it's pronounced, but it came with an ND8, ND16, and ND32 filter that just pops onto the end of your GoPro and supposedly filters out some of the harsh UV light coming in. So I thought I would give that a shot and see what happens. So as you can see from the screenshots, ND8 to 32, the three different lenses meant to adjust the brightness coming into the camera didn't really have an effect on the streak. So I decided after making this attempt here that I would contact GoPro directly and see what happens. So I decided to contact GoPro, and the way to do it was through their main website. And what they did is they set me up with a representative. I've heard horror stories about taking forever to talk to them, but I got through to somebody probably within 10 or 15 minutes maybe. And as you can see from the conversation, probably about a 20-minute chat just to see what was going on with the camera. They had me run a number of updates and reset a few things on the camera, so, firmware updates and all that kind of stuff, but nothing really solved the problem. I was still having the flashing issue. So finally they authorized a return. Unfortunately in Canada, very unfortunately actually, you have to pay to return the camera. They will cover the cost of the item, but they won't pay for the shipping. So shipping my camera out the first time cost me about $40. I was a little bit anxious about the cost of getting everything out and making sure it was covered through insurance. I had to ship it from BC to Ontario, which is a bit of a long jaunt for us here in BC. I received my replacement camera about a week after mailing out my old one. I was pretty pleased with the turnaround time on that. It wasn't too long. I thought it would take a little bit longer than that, to be honest, but as you can see from the footage, no huge streaking involved, and at first I was pretty pleased with my camera. As you can see, there's still a bit of light radiating into the lens, but I think that was normal. No huge Jedi lightsaber beams coming in, which made me quite happy. So while the light coming into the camera looked good, I noticed a problem pretty much immediately. 2 dead pixels on the back of the LCD display on the back of the camera. I mean, guys, not a huge deal. It doesn't affect the way the camera operates, but for an expensive, top-of-the-line at the time camera, you expect it to be pretty functional and in good shape, especially one coming back to you after we're complaining and putting in a warranty return. So to say the least, I wasn't pleased about this. So I decided to contact GoPro again, and I spoke with somebody named Emmanuel. They were very sympathetic to my situation, but again, they would not cover the cost of shipping the replacement unit back to Ontario. So unfortunately, I had to pay again for shipping. So all said and done, it cost me about $70 Canadian at this point to get my situation rectified here. Thankfully, they were kind and they threw in some GoPro swag for me. Something that I probably wouldn't have bought on my own, but it was a Jaws flex clamp. I was given the option of getting a chesty, a flex clamp, or another type of mount, and I thought the flex clamp would be good for working in the garage or whatnot, so I decided to take them up on their offer. So yeah, all said and done, the new camera works well. The only issue I'm having right now with this camera, and it doesn't seem to be going away, but I'm not too concerned, is when you power the camera on, there's a bright white flash on the back of the screen. Apparently others are having this issue with the 6s as well. I don't think my previous cameras had it, but I'm not 100% sure. However, it's doing a little research. It's not something that's really going to make a difference to the overall function of the camera. It's just a minor thing, maybe the hardware powering up or something like that. So I'm pretty pleased with the new camera. It seems to be working well. I've had it in use for the last 3.5 months or so. No odd effects or anything like that. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll leave it up to you whether you want to go with GoPro or look at another manufacturer of these cameras. Certainly there's been some issues with all manufacturing, but I have to question whether there's some quality control issues at the GoPro factory. I will say that their customer service people were very friendly and polite. They do need to fix their process for people in Canada returning their cameras, and I would suggest if you have any issues, get it back to the store you purchased it from right away. Don't wait like I did. Months and months and months and have to go through GoPro themselves. Go through the store you bought it through, make sure everything's functioning, take it out, give it a good test, make sure it does exactly what you want it to do and what you paid for it to do. The last thing I'll add is that when you power the camera on, and if you have it in recording mode, there's a black bar at the bottom of the screen, and a lot of people have posted about this on the GoPro forums. Apparently it's a normal thing and it's nothing to worry about. It's just the way the camera display on the back works. So hopefully you guys have found this video useful. For those of you with an older GoPro, I don't know if the 7s are having these kind of problems too. I haven't done any research into that. But for the 6, this was my experience, and it took a while, but I ended up with a good camera, and I'm pretty happy with it. So thank you for watching.